You don't stumble into a place like Harer, you earn it. Past the chaos of the road, through landscapes that feel like they're shifting under your feet, you arrive at walls that have been standing since the 16th century. Inside is Harer Jugol, a maze of alleyways, over 80 mosques, and a rhythm of life that hasn't rushed to catch up with the rest of the world. They call it the City of Saints, the fourth holiest city in Islam. But the real story of Harer, it's not in the guidebooks. It's in the worn doorways, the echoes of the call to prayer, the quiet intensity of a place that never needed to change for anyone. And at night, when hyenas walk the edge of the city, you realize this place isn't trying to impress you. It doesn't have to. Welcome to Jugol.
Ciao friends, good morning from the city of love, the city of Harer. This is one of the oldest continuously inhabited cities in East Africa. And today we are here to visit its iconic old town, which is full of history and culture. And we are so excited to take you with us. The city is known as the City of Love because different ethnic groups and different religions coexist in harmony in this town. The old town is surrounded by 5 gates. Today we're going to go around and see the gates. We're going to see the actual old town, and we're going to show you also some historical and cultural things that are very, very unique to this place. We're very excited to take you along with us, so stay tuned. We enter in the city to the Asmadina gate, one of the 5 gates of the city, and such a beautiful reveal here. I love the white and blue of the buildings and the decor on the door as well. And this door has been renovated by the Egyptians. It's not the original door. And then according to what our tour guide was telling us, there was a wooden door here that would close the city, and the key is given to the Amir, and then you cannot get in or out after a certain hour in the day.
I am Joel, and a tour guide in Harar. Today we are exploring the old city. Now we are inside the old city, Jugol. This UNESCO World Heritage Site is 48-hectare lands, and it have a wall, and the wall is constructed in the half of the 16th century by the great Amir Nur Mujahid, the nephew of Ahmed Grain Ibn al-Ghazi, better known by the European left-hander. Inside the old city, now currently we have 82 mosques, 1 Catholic church, 1 Orthodox Christian church, and more than 5,000 houses. Among them, 2,000 and above are traditional Harari houses, and more than 365 alleyways, colorful alleyways that squeezed around 1 kilometer square.
We started our exploration of the old town, which is absolutely gorgeous the minute you get in, and now we are in an important place. This is the mausoleum that was done for Al-Basur. He was a religious leader here, and generally these leaders have the resting place where people come, do prayers, spend time. Al-Basur was known for having made a lot of miracles. This is such a beautiful place, quiet and restful place, and I love this huge fig tree. Like, it's insane. I couldn't even recognize that it's a fig tree. Okay, so now we arrived to the second gate of Harer, and this is Badri Bari, which means victory gate, and this was done after the victory of the Prophet Muhammad against people who did not believe in the new Islam religion. This is so beautiful, and it's a very interesting nugget, especially for Andrea, because this gate has been renovated by Italians, and you can actually see the influence of that on the gate, because this will remind you of some places that you would see in Italy.
Harar is just gorgeous. Walking in these alleys is like a little dream. Every time you turn a corner, you see a different color, a different piece of art. It presents really countless photo ops, but besides that, it really seems like you are, I don't know, in a fairy tale little village. Harar, city of peace. I love this. I love the fact that all the religions can live here peacefully together. That is really an example for the whole world, in my opinion.
You know, all over Ethiopia, Harar is known for being peaceful, loving people, very kind people, and you can see it everywhere you walk. So we're absolutely loving the city. Definitely, if this was in another part of the world, it's a city that's going to be exploding. But also here, all the infrastructure is being built to attract more tourists. So in a couple of years, this place is going to be exploding. So definitely make plans to come and see it if you happen to be in Ethiopia. This street is called Makina Girgir, which is the machine, and Girgir is the sound as it makes, because this is a neighborhood of tailors. So you see all of these machines that they have to make clothes, and that's how it got this name, and it's the official name of the road as well. So he's making the traditional dirya, which is a very loose dress, and it's good in the heat because you don't get too hot and it's breathy. So I was telling you about the traditional clothes here that's called dirya, and they're very colorful and beautiful. And there are two parts of it. There is a underdress that's called gorgora, and then there's a top part that's called dirya. So what they do is that they kind of lift the top part and they tuck it into the gorgora, so you see both. So when you see on the walls, you see like the most colorful ones, they are the underdress, and then the ones that are a little bit more design on top, they're for the dirya. Generally, you can choose the color that you want. They have different designs, and then they will find you the gorgora underneath that can match that. So he's making this shape here, and he adds elastic to the material, and he makes this nicely ruched effect. It's very lovely. Look at that. Wow, so beautiful. Now he's gonna show how he does that. Harari traditional houses, they have beautiful carved wood as doors, and this is like a workshop where they do those doors. Look how beautiful these details are. I see some flowers, a heart. I wish I knew what the meaning is. Maybe I'll ask Joel, our guide, and we'll let you know. Everything is carved by hand as well. The motifs are mostly decorative, so you see flowers. This even looked like a little octopus. I don't know, maybe I'm making it up, but everything is carved by hand, and it's such a beautiful woodwork. And it takes 1 month to do one door because it's carved by hand. So now we stop by this beautiful store where you can find a lot of decorations and some necklaces and things like that. Very traditional ones, and the owner is inside also making something by hand, which is lovely. This is a decoration, so it's a gourd, and on top he puts like some leather, and these white shells that you see are called zagon.
Okay, the Italians stayed in Ethiopia for 5 years. From 1936 to 1941, and they built many asphalt pavements and many buildings. So they built factories like cement factories in Redhawa, and different buildings in urban cities like Harar and Redhawa. Most of the infrastructure, the modern infrastructure in Harar, also the footprints of the Italians. In Harar also we have the Italian village called Butana. Also we have many buildings which is Italian architectural styles. Inside the old city also there are a building built by the Italian which used to serve as the Italian prison, and it's a meat market now.
Ethiopia was occupied by the Italians for 5 years, but is one of the African countries that was never colonized. They couldn't win against us. We're very patriotic in Ethiopia. And one thing that is very interesting, he said that there is a street called Via Puttana. I'm sorry, it's a bad word in Italian, but it means the red light district, basically. So that's the street where now it's like an entertainment street. Okay, now we are at Girgir Megala, which is the area where they sell meat. So butchers are here. But before it became the butcher shop, it used to be an Italian prison. This building was built by the Italians during the occupation, and now is where they sell meat. So let's go and show you a very special experience. Follow us. We are here to do the experience that I was just telling you about. And here they are black-eyed birds, and this is where they feed the birds. So I think that yesterday we fed the hyena, and now why not? We're gonna do the birds too.
Here there are a lot of butchers, so this looks like it's the place where our friend is working. So the leftovers of this meat are for the birds, and other meat is like camel meat and stuff is also for the people.
So I just have some meat that I'm hiding in my hand, and when I open it, they're gonna come eat it. I hope that they're gonna not hurt me. Sorry. Oh my God. All right, let's go. My hair. I am.
This is my turn. They look pretty. All right, let's see what's gonna happen now. Wow. He put a wing in my eye. But, double. Oh my God. Wow, they're fast. They're swooping in. A guy put his wing in my eye, but I guess that's the price to pay for entertainment. I loved it.
Guys, this is one of the great landmarks inside the old city Jugol. We call it Qadi House or a Judge House. This is Islamic words. It means a judge, Qadi means. So people in Islamic law, when they want to sign for a marriage, for a divorce, or anything which need Islamic law or Sharia law, they come to this place, to the Qadi houses, and they fix their stuff.
Keep on wandering all the alleys that you can, because it's the most fun experience that you can have here. And certainly interact with locals. They're so sweet and kind. One of my favorite dishes in Ethiopia is genfo, which is this like porridge, round shape with inside butter, and sometimes butter with also berbere, but in the Harari region only butter, the kibe. And it's funny because this is literally my favorite food, and apparently it's also one of the favorite food of the hyenas. So what happens with the hyenas and the genfo?
Okay, this is a tradition which we are doing for many years. That is to establish peace between the Harari people and the hyenas. That's the hyenas attack the Harari people and their animal for long years. So the religious father on that time, they established peace treaty with the hyenas by feeding them a porridge made out of different cereal with a pure butter. So once the hyena is the porridge in a nice condition, so the year will be peaceful.
With their belly full, they're happy.
Yeah.
Just like me.
All right, so now you see the Harari snack, especially for Lent, which is a vegetarian. It's called baja, and it's like falafel. So it's vegan, and in the Lent we don't eat anything that has animal product, especially in the Orthodox religion. So this is like a street food that they have during the Lent. And these are like fried potatoes. So it's made out of chickpeas. That's why it's vegan. And look at that sauce. I feel like drinking that sauce by itself. It looks so amazing. That is made of green peppers. It has lemon and it has spices. And now they put it on top of the potatoes. And it's very nice to eat it with the potatoes.
Behind me is Bedani Allem Church, San Sever, which was built in 1887. Ras Makonnen, the father of Emperor Selassie, had this built by actually an Italian architect, Roberto Brecchetti. And I have to say, it looks really beautiful. It looks brand new, well kept. And this is the only Orthodox church here in the oldest city.
This right here represent the caravans that used to pass by here once a week, because this was on a trade route between Ethiopia and Somaliland. We're very close to Djibouti, so that is the connection with the Middle Eastern world. And behind this is very interesting because it's an old cinema built by the Italians. So they say it's the second movie theater in Ethiopia ever built. So back in the days, I would be doing this if I was a male on the caravan route. Speaking of the Italian connection in the city, this right here behind me that you see as a building material shop now used to be a theater, a movie theater built by the Italians, and the movie theater used to be underground here.
Guys, now I stand in front of Harar main gates. This is the 6th gate of the old city, Jugol. It is out of the 5 historical gates of the old city, which is built together with the fortified wall. So this is Harar Masfin Gate or Harar Duk Gate. It's the first car-friendly gate which allows the first car to enter to the old city. And it is opened by Prince Ras Makonnen, the governor of Hararge during the reign of Menelik II after Harar became unified to the rest of Ethiopia. So the current gate is erected by Emperor Haile Selassie in 1927. And the phrase written on the gate it says Harar Masfin Gate, it means Harar Duk Gate, and the number written in Greece says 1927. And the photo display on it is the last kings of Harar, Amir Abdullah, which fights against Menelik II and lose the Battle of Chalango. Then after Harar became unified to the rest of Ethiopia.
We are at a historical door called the Asumi Bari, which means red or like a spice door, because there's a river that passes here and there's red clay, and because of that it got this name. And this gate is very famous because Arthur Rimbaud, the French writer, used to live here. He used to be a trader here, and this is the first door he entered through. And you know, he's also known for having documented Harar. So back in the days, when it gets nighttime, they close the gate, and this is one of the gates where you can see that wooden gate. And then in the morning, they would open it. So this is the fortified city. All along here, you can see the walls of the city. We are on our way to Rimbaud House now, the French poet, and we're passing by a house that was the house of Rimbaud Makonnen, which was a prince. And Rimbaud Makonnen also ruled the Harar province for 2 years, and now it's a souvenir shop. It's such a beautiful architecture. This is the house of Arthur Rimbaud. He is a French poet. I actually studied him in school, and now I'm standing in front of his house, which is absolutely beautiful. I did not expect it to be this grand. It's really gorgeous. He's the first photographer in Harar, and he used to photograph Harar, and hopefully we're going to see some of his pictures inside. Arthur Rimbaud stayed here 11 years, and he died from gangrene. So he had to be flown to his country, and when he died, the last word he said was Harar, Harar, because he loved this city. But one of the contributions that Arthur Rimbaud did is that he documented Harar back in the days, and he has black and white photos of the old Harar all over the place. He has the costumes that they used to wear and stuff. He's very loved, and he's very respected here because of what he contributed. The room that we are in right now is a library, and there are a lot of books about Arthur Rimbaud here, and then there are other books as well, and they use it for research. And there's also a picture of the young Arthur Rimbaud here. Actually, when he came here, he was very young. He was 26-year-old, and until he was 20, he was a poet. After that, he became a merchant, and he lived in Harar for a long time. This map here shows Harar, Jugol, the historic center of Harar, and you can see the 5 gates here all around, and the main roads are in the yellow. And this is Arthur Rimbaud's house. It's like smack in the middle, and there is like the best view of Jugol from the 2nd floor, so we're gonna go and see that. That's a picture of Arthur Rimbaud when he was 16, and on the wall they are saying about Arthur Rimbaud in different languages, in French, Amharic, English. We're going up to the second floor to see some of his work, the black and white pictures that he took of Harer. That shows Harer back in the days, how it used to be in the 19th century. Okay, that's a picture Arthur Rimbaud took when he was 26, when he came to Harer. We saw another one when he was 16 as well. He came, Arthur Rimbaud, 1980, and then this is when he went back to his country. He was suffering. In his right knee, he had a lot of pain, and then he went back home where he died from gangrene. This is a picture taken by Arthur Rimbaud of Amir Abdullahi. Earlier, we saw the gate on top of which there is this picture of the Emir. This is Faras Magala. This morning we saw it. It used to be a mosque. Now it's a church, actually. And that's where we showed you earlier with all the tuk-tuks and stuff, where there's the square. This picture was taken between 1888 and 1889. Wow. There's so much treasure here. It's insane. It's a self-portrait of Arthur Rimbaud in 1883. He was in Harer. This is how traditional homes were in Harer. You see the house on the left, and then the animals also outside. Lovely. You see the French windows here, and there's a lot to learn and read about him, so you need a little bit of time to take it all in. There are so many beautiful details in this house, and one of them that I love are the colorful windows here, the stained windows. They look very beautiful. Welcome to Rimbaud House. Now we're going to show you how the Harari people live. This is a traditional home that's one of the most popular in Harar, and it's also an Airbnb that you can rent when you come here. Traditionally, you take out your shoes before you get into this guest house. We're also staying in another one. We're going to show you. I'm on the top floor of a typical Harari house, and back in the days, this is where they would store grains and things like that, especially if they're a farmer. Now we are in a guest house, so you can rent this house, and there are bedrooms here. But we're going to give you a tour of the house. Everything that you see as a decoration has a meaning, so we're excited to show you around. Typically, if the house is a leader's house, it would have two sections that look like this on this end and on the other end of the house. This one only has one, so it signifies that maybe the person is a farmer or a merchant. So a typical Harari house has different stages, and they have a meaning. So for instance, me, I'm a married woman, and I'm the lady of the house, so I would sit here. This is the area where if a lady is visiting the house and she's not the lady of the house, where she would sit and do her handiwork and things like that. They're a little bit hidden because, you know, they're a very conservative culture as well. So this center area is where religious leaders and intelligent people would sit here, and it's a place of honor. The man of the house will sit here, and he has a great vantage point because he can see a 360 view of the room, and also it's a very important area to be because he's right next to his weapon. If the spear is down, it signifies that there is peace in Harar. If it's up, that means that there is a conflict, ongoing conflict.
So this means that I will be sitting here in this corner with my spear, ready to take action if the need be. These traditional houses are made with limestone, which is somewhat breathable. And in fact, when you're inside, it's really cool. Like outside now is around midday, it's incredibly hot, but inside here it's like, it feels like almost as if there was AC. It's really nice.
And this thing here show that the person who was staying here is either a merchant or a farmer, because they would put some seeds and grains in here. They would store some money in here, or medicine, jewelry, message, etc. So everything has a symbol here. So now we are in the matrimonial bedroom. So this is where the married couple will sleep, but also this is where the woman would give birth. And also not only the woman of the house, but her daughter, when she's of age and she gives birth, she come here. In Ethiopia, we have this concept called marres, which is once you have a child, you do not leave the house for 40 days and everything is done for you. You're taken care of, somebody's helping you with the child. So this also is one of those rooms. Right next to the bed here, there is a bathroom that could be used for the new mom to use for herself, and it's soundproof and it's also smell-proof. And the way that they do it is so that there is a sense of comfort when the person is here and she does her business. So it's a very smart concept. So the name of this room is Kirtat, the traditional name. And here, as you can see, there is a little hole, and that's where they used to burn a lot of herbs and incense, to give her strength after giving birth. Then there's a little window here, so when the woman is, a new mom, the door will be closed, and then she can take care of business in the house through the window. So everything is thought through, everything is done with intention, which is so lovely. Behind me, on top of the door, the main entrance, you see that there are 3 carpets, and that symbolizes that there are 3 women of the age of marriage in this house, so they're ready to be married. So if there is a suitor that comes, he knows that. So here is storage, which is ingenious because it keeps all of the mess inside. And as you can see, there is all of these plates and bowls and things like that all over the wall, which is a very beautiful decoration. But also when they do parties and they do events and stuff like that, they would use that, so they don't have to buy or rent it for a special event, but they already have it in the house. So it's such a beautiful, beautiful decoration, but it also serves a purpose like everything else in the house. These 2 rectangles here in the wall signify something very important. In the Islamic tradition, women are not allowed to go to funerals, so when somebody dies, it's only the men who go to bury him. But this is a reminder for those who do not go to see where a person is laid, that we are passing by and we are human and we're gonna die. So this is a reminder that they have in the house.
The roof of the Harari house is made from the proper sequence of this juniper tree. In the middle, as you see, we use Cordia africana because both of them is not bitten by termite. We made this juniper tree, then stick, then aggregate, then we will plaster by the soil of Guguba. So every year we have to plaster it to prevent from linkage.
So one last thing about this house, you see that the stage where we are, it's painted red, and there was a conflict in 1887 between Amir Abdullahi and Menelik II, and 700 newlywed men went in battle and died and sacrificed themselves. So this is a reminder of that. There's also a monument made for them in the city of Harar that we're gonna see later to commemorate that.
If you came here in the 1950s, you would have found this piazza, this square full of horses. This place is called, in fact, Feres Magala, which means horse market. Today, instead of horses, you see these beautiful tuk-tuks, the bajaj. They are lovely and you can find them throughout the city, whereas the monument behind me is a memorial of the 700 newlyweds that got killed, that Ravi was telling you about earlier. But it also shows the 5 directions of the 5 gates of Harar. And now the moment I've been waiting for, eating some kitfo here in Ethiopia, and specifically in Harar, which is very famous for meat. We are at Desalen Kitfo. Desalen means I'm happy. And kitfo is a beef tartare that is made with butter and other Ethiopian spices, and oftentimes accompanied with ayeb, which is like a cottage cheese type of thing, and collard greens, which here is called gomen. Look at this place, guys. It doesn't get more local than this. Katema on the floor. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna have to put it also in our home back in DC. And as usual, these traditional wood carved tables, traditional chairs. You see around me, everything is made of wood. And of course, down there, the butcher. So that's where the action happens. The freshest of meat, freshly cut. You see, they're doing what they do best, so we're gonna go and sample some of the local meat.
So we are here where they prepare the kitfo, and although in the US we ground our beef with machines, here in Ethiopia kitfo is cut by hand, which is why the texture is actually much more beautiful than the one you would find in the US. So this is them cutting by hand the kitfo. and it becomes really, really, really nicely minced. So this place is known for kitfo, as Andrea said, so we got the kitfo. You can have it three ways. One is raw, then there's lablab, and then there is gabayale, which is medium well, and then you can have it cooked. We generally have it cooked. So we're gonna have that, and we also had a tips from goat meat. Now, goat meat, like we said before, is very popular in this area. So I ordered Fanta. I generally do not drink a lot of soda in the US because of the sugar, obviously, but I really, really miss our Fanta in Ethiopia.
Instead, I got the Harar beer, which is made locally and it's really delicious. At first, I thought it was a lager, but it's quite hoppy. It's so good.
So this is homemade liquor. It's called areke. It's a distilled liquor that's very, very high in alcohol content. But most people, when they eat raw meat, they generally get that. It's believed that it helps you digest better. I'm going to go with the tradition and get me some areke as well. We call this gorda. So from there, he did the areke for me. Now I'm getting it. I'm going to drink it or try it a little bit later. But kitfo in our country is from the Girgir region. And so now they're here to present that. Beautiful ladies with beautiful clothes. The ladies are wearing traditional Gurage clothes. So she's putting the kitfo now on the plate. And this is our cheese. It's called the aib. It's a homemade cheese. And in this case, it has some mitmita, which is powdered spice, and then with some also greens. That's the green side. And then there's also some white one, which doesn't have anything in it, and also some gomen, which is a sort of greens that we like to eat in Ethiopia. All right, this is our tips, which is sauteed goat meat, and it comes with gojo, which is a type of bread that we make in Ethiopia. It's made out from fake banana leaves, and now she's putting the kitfo. And in this case, you can see that it's cooked, and it's mixed with butter and mitimita, which is a spice, and also korerima, and she's putting it now on the false banana tree leaf, which is where the gojo comes from. It's very, very traditional. I love the clothing. I love the presentation. It's such a special place to be. So hopefully if you are in Harar, you definitely have to try this place. We've been salivating, smelling all the food here. It looks amazing. So I'm going to try the amazing kitfo. It's very famous, this place. And you eat it with a little bit of the cheeses, the different cheeses, the green. And then you dip it a little bit with mitmita if you want more heat. Cheers.
Cheers.
It's absolutely delicious. Fresh meat, fresh butter. And sometimes kitfo can have a lot more butter on top. This one is just enough butter. It's called the yetashabet, meaning the butter that they use to actually prepare it. You don't put any extra. If you want, they can put extra butter on top, but it's absolutely delicious.
I'm trying tips now, of course, with a little touch of awaze. And this one comes with some Ethiopian mustard, senafetch.
Delicious, no?
This meat is truly delicious.
So one way to eat the kitfo is also with the false banana bread. You just tear it off, take some ayib and the gomen, and then you take a little bit of the meat. So it can serve like an injera to eat the kitfo.
And now I'm gonna try kitfo raw, which is usually the way that we eat it in DC. Actually, in DC we eat it slightly cooked, leb-leb. I'm really, really eager to try it with kocho. I love even the consistency of the kitfo. So soft. Whoa.
Do you like the raw version?
This is a dream. I'm gonna get raw version. I'm gonna get the raw kitfo going forward, believe me. The other one, the cooked one, is really, really good. But the real deal is the leb-leb or the raw one. It's so good.
This has been such an amazing experience. My father used to come here at Harer at the Salin Kitfo. I am so in awe. The food was excellent, and just to walk behind my father's good experience, I'm really, really loving the whole journey, and I'm super grateful that I get to share this with Trek and Eats. Subscribe.
So you may wonder what is this little door right here, and this is a hyena entrance. In Harar, they have many of these type of little doors, little entrances, some of them even smaller than this, to allow the hyenas to come in so that they can go around, roam freely, meaning that they can clean all the leftovers of the city. So it's actually a cool way to keep the city clean from all the food and the meat leftovers. Salam.